You see, well, let me start by saying that most of the families, or most marriages, many marriages you see failing or that failed, they never failed because of any witchcraft attack or demonic attack or whatever. There's that common presumption in the African setting that tends to tag anything negative to satanic attack or demonic forces and all that. Yeah, we are not trying to say they don't exist. They actually exist, but many marriages failed not because of witches, not because of wizards, rather because the couples they failed to have what we call had conversation during their courtship. I repeat, many marriages failed not because of witches, rather because the two people involved, they failed to have had conversation during their courtship. Yeah, actually. And if you have been courting someone, or yeah, you've been in courtship with someone, but you both have not discussed these 7 things I'm going to talk about in this video, then you guys are just, you are actually gambling. You're not yet preparing for marriage. If you haven't discussed these 7 things, these very important topics I'm going to raise in this video, then just know you're kidding. You're not yet preparing for marriage. Okay, quickly, let me remind you that courtship is not just all about romance. It's not all about learning how your body chemistry is and all that. It's not just all about that. Courtship is a time of is a time of discovering. It's a time of asking questions. Do you get? It's a time of examination. It's a time you raise very striking, important questions to find out much about who you are journeying with. Remember, marriage is a journey, very long journey, a life journey, and you don't just begin it with empty head. There are certain things you need to know, you need to put in place, you need to calculate fine before diving into it. Yeah, courtship is not just romance alone, but it's a time of investigation. Courtship is a time of investigation. And if you've not taken time to investigate, if you've not taken time to ask some relevant questions, then just be ready to solve hard problems. If you've not taken time to ask hard questions, be ready to solve hard problems in the nearest future in that marriage. Now, very quickly, the first topic or the first thing both of you need to discuss in your courtship is what I call the life vision. Life vision. One of the questions you need to ask each other is, what is your life vision? This is very important because marriage is a journey. It's a journey of two heading towards the same destination. And so if both of you do not know each other's vision in life, you wouldn't know if you match each other. The reason why you need to ask this question is because it is not everybody that will suit into your vision. It's not everybody that can journey with you. So if you don't take time to find out where is this guy heading to in life, what's your purpose, what's your vision, where are you driving towards, you won't be able to know if you actually fit into his type. The truth remains that it is not everybody that will fit into your vision. Yes, not every guy will fit into your vision, not every lady will fit into your vision or purpose in life. As a matter of fact, there are people that if you tell them you are intending to be a minister or a pastor, it is a no-go area for them because they know that is not what they're meant for. They know they can't really suit into that. And if you don't mention it early, and maybe at the long run, after like 5 or 10 years, you start maybe coming up with it, it will take you more time. It will take you stress to make that person accept it. But if it was part of the discussion, okay, this is my dream. This is what I'm prospecting, though I'm not yet there. But in the next 5 or 10 years, I am looking up to being a minister or a pastor or something like that. At least let's have an idea of it and check if I can actually fit into such or not. Are you getting it? Now, another example of this is there are some guys whose dream in life is to live abroad, work abroad, and maybe have their wife in Nigeria or something like that. And if you have this kind of guy that this is his dream and this is what he's working towards, But you are the type that wants family, you want to stay together, you want to be with your partner and all that. You see, there's a clash. So if both of you don't take time to discuss this early enough, it's going to create a barrier. It's going to create a crack in your relationship that love alone cannot actually solve it. Are you getting it? So in this point of discussion, you actually know where he's heading to. You actually know whether both of you can align, because misalignment is a big problem in marriage. If both of you do not agree, Amos chapter 3 verse 3 says, two cannot work together except they agree. So if both of you do not agree in direction, that's going to be a problem. It's a misalignment. Do you get? And it is not always good to have two people in the same room heading towards opposing directions. And possibly the way he's going is totally opposite to you. It's not you, and you are not even willing to adjust because you see it's not part of you. So it's better to break early that engagement when you see that we don't align in our visions early enough than when you have already been married or joined and you're discovering that. So you ask yourselves early enough, what is my plan in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years? What am I heading towards? Who am I going to be in the next 5 or 10 years? Ask this question very early. Very, very important. Early enough during your courtship. Now, there's number 2 discussion that every intending couple should discuss in or during their courtship is about money. 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 Very important. You don't joke with it. You know, sometimes some guys may feel she doesn't need to know my financial status and all that, but that's not the best for you. It is always good to start marriage with transparency, with openness, especially on financial matters. Both of you need to know your financial status. Know if he is owing or she's owing. Is there any debt that can bring problem to us? You can't be working with somebody, you can't be living with somebody who doesn't know your level of income. He may be overestimating you or underestimating you. So, not just for the sake of extortion. Yeah, you're not telling him so that he or she will be extorting money from you. No, rather you're telling the person so that we can place ourselves financially. We can know how to place ourselves. I can stand to tell you what my partner can do and what he cannot do at any given time. Okay, so it's very important we both know our financial status as well. Let's know if we can go into this journey or not. At the moment, what is my financial status? Most times, some guys are afraid of saying it because maybe they feel they're not getting enough at the moment. That's not the problem. In marriage, it's not all about how much you have at the moment, but how much you can see. Okay, provided you have something doing that at least is fetching something tangible to an extent, you are good to go. Then have your prospects, have your plans on how to invest more and make more money. Do you get? Now, the problem the ladies have with you is not that what you're doing is not producing enough income, but the major problem is, do you have something doing? Are you serious with what you're doing? Are you getting it? Do you have plans on doubling or increasing your income? That's the main problem. And if you can prove this to a lady, I think the reasonable ones are willing to journey with you. So feel free to open up to him or her and tell him, this is my financial status at the moment, but this is my plan in the nearest future. And if in the course of that discussion we discover that you are not yet, this your status now cannot carry us, then let's work on ourselves. Let's work on our finances before continuing. Okay, very important, because you don't just go and get someone to live with you when you know you can't foot 1 square meal or 2 square meal in a day, and you want to go and bring an extra amount. It's a problem. There's need for us to start working on that area before we can talk of solemnizing this union. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. In addition to that, why you asking about his or her financial status or money matters? It helps you to know if he or she is the spending type or the saving type. Both of you should open up to each other to know your spending habits. One person can be the spending type. That's the extravagant type. It can already save. The other person can be the saving type. Now, when we discover this, quickly we should be able to decide who saves money. Because if, for instance, I'm the extravagant type, I like spending, giving, and all that, but my partner knows how to save, we are safer in this marriage if we commit resources into her hand than myself. Are you getting it? So this is one thing you derive from discussing about your monetary life during courtship. It helps you to know if you are the spending type. Ask him or her, are you the spending type or the saving type? And let both of you analyze yourselves critically and be able to answer this question. Very, very important. You should have financial plans or budgets. Yes, you should have plans on how to improve financially as well. It's very important. Yeah, another third discussion, very striking matter you need to talk about during your courtship is about sexual expectations. Sexual expectations. You are not mature when you avoid this. I mean, you are not being spiritual, rather. You're not being spiritual. Trying to avoid it. Sometimes some of us who think we are spiritual, we don't need to discuss those kind of things, so to say. But let me tell you that those kind of things are very important in marriage. In fact, in counseling, we say that marriage is 80% carnality because you're going to meet that person one on one, flesh and blood. You're going to see him as he or she is. Most of the pictures you've been seeing outside is a packaged brother or sister, but in marriage, you see the totality, the rawness of the person you are marrying. So, sexual expectation does not make you carnal. Please disabuse your mentality from that. It is not wrong to engage your would-be partner in sexual talk, but it doesn't have to be graphical. It doesn't have to be practical. Are you getting it? Yes, you don't need to go into maybe practicalizing the talk. It has to be mature, not broad. Okay, you still have to keep bounds. You still have to know your boundaries when you are taking the discussion, but you need to be mature about it. Now, why do I need to talk about it? Now, first of all, you need to talk about it because both of you need to find out your values about sex. What do I believe about sex and what do you believe about sex? Do you see sexual purity as something very important that we must adopt? Because you see, you can be getting close to a guy whose mentality about sex is something entirely different from what you have in mind. For instance, someone who sees or feels he can flex around, play his life anyhow, even in marriage, and you that think marriage should be honorable, bed undefiled, you should be pure both in and outside your marriage. You see that both of you do not uphold the same value in marriage. So there is need for both of you to discuss your values. First of all, what is our value? Do you believe in sexual purity, both inside marriage and outside marriage? You need to ask this question. Very important. Number two, about sexual expectations. In that talk, both of you should also discuss, as we are courting, what boundaries do we set for ourselves to help us in this courtship? You need to discuss it as well. Because if you don't reserve some boundaries, you may fall into immorality. And that's a sin. You're going against God. Do you get? So there are certain boundaries you should discuss. You guys need to talk about it in details. You see this area, no go area, no visit, no lonely visit, and all those kind of boundaries. It will help you talk about it. Set those boundaries early enough so that nobody begins to feel maybe not respected or somehow when the other party says no. You get it? So that boundary will help you to guide that your courtship period till the time of solemnization of your marriage. Okay. Thirdly, and most importantly, be transparent about your past. Be transparent about your past. Please don't hide your past. If you have made up your mind to live with this guy, then there is need for you to tell him or her your past. It's not to be used against you, but it's better that he or she hears it from your mouth than hearing it from outside or through another medium. Do you get it? It will help build trust. It will help the person will actually know that you value him or her and you've been honest with him or her in that relationship than hearing it outside. So part of what you're supposed to be discussing is openness about your past. But you need to be wise about it, okay? You also need to talk about your marriage expectations. For instance, in this marriage, I hope we can open up to ourselves on matters of intimacy. Are we ready to learn and to grow ourselves? Do you get? Yes. Talk about it. Can we actually have time to share our feelings for each other, to teach ourselves? Do you get? Yes. Please create such room. Create such room. It will help you. It will help you. Uh, you can ask each other questions about intimacy, how he or she feels about you. You don't need to be graphical about this at this particular moment. Are you getting it? But open up these discussions so that in the nearest future, even if anyone is not getting it, the other party can freely open up, teach him or her, or tell him or her, you're not really getting it like this way. I prefer it the other. Are you getting it? With every humility and love, the other person can adjust instead of keeping to yourself. Some people are actually married, but they're not coupled. They don't share things. They don't share their emotions. They don't share matters relating to their intimacy. They're afraid of talking to themselves, and it's wrong. So create that atmosphere open early enough to that you can actually say how you feel. You can teach me and I can teach you. It helps a lot, especially on sexually related matters. Yeah, and finally, on these sexual expectations, as part of what you're supposed to be discussing in your courtship, please also address health issues. If there are health issues, both of you should open up to each other, talk to each other. If there are addictions in your lives, please discuss it. Discuss it, open up and talk about it. It will also help in healing each other. Okay. You need to do this, all this, and you really need to spend time to talk about your sexual expectation, because sex in marriage is not just physical. It's not just the physical whatever. It is emotional. Sex bonds people and is spiritual as well. So if you are not mature enough to discuss it early enough, it will be harder when you enter there. So please start discussing it, but with caution and with wisdom and maturity. Okay.